do we want to take the time to get it right now and make sure we are scaling the company for where we are today and where we're headed? Or do we want to stick to the timeline and budget in the name of sticking to the timeline and budget? And unfortunately, most teams have a tendency to put their head down and say, well, I have to hit my milestone. I have to get this done on time, on budget. I'm accountable for this budget. And someone, and usually it has to come from the top leadership. And that's what happened here in this case, is a conversation between client leadership and myself personally is, what do we do about this? What are we going to do? And what's the trade-off we're willing to make or not to ensure that we at least know where the trade-offs are. So I think it's a really important thing that leaders need to be aware of. Sometimes leaders need to step in and say, look, timeline's important, money's important, resources are important, commitments are important, but not at the expense necessarily of taking us down a path that's just not going to make sense for us long term. And that's just the reality of these projects. It's the reality of running a business. And sometimes, you didn't know when you started the project what was going to change in your business, but when it does change, you just have to be willing to pivot. And usually that's going to be the faster and cheaper route than trying to force your way through the implementation when it's not a good fit.